Tonight on Golf Central, from 6 back on Sunday to back-to-back wins on the PGA Tour, a monumental rally by Adam Scott Sunday at Doral. Is he now the favorite at Augusta National?
No, I think Bubba is.
Plus, the countdown to the Olympics continues. We'll give you an update on the road to Rio. This time last year, Jordan Spieth was on the verge of earning just his second PGA Tour title. Find out how winning the Valspar Championship kicked off one of the best seasons in the history of the game. All of this, plus some dancing lessons from Hannah Zhang, right now on Golf Central.
Golf Central, brought to you by Titleist.
Ricky Fowler, he has a flair for the dramatic, and it doesn't get much better than what he did Monday afternoon at Old Palm Golf Club in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Fowler made a hole-in-one on a bonus hole, the par 3 19th from 111 out, to earn a $1 million donation for Els for Autism from SAP. Ernie Els was so excited he lifted Fowler in the air to celebrate.
Yeah, I think last year not many people hit the green, and saw a bunch of good shots before me, and figured, kind of nothing to lose, just having fun. It's a small target. It doesn't happen very often, but it's pretty cool to be able to do that for Ernie and the foundation.
Talk about the 60 seconds after and the reaction when everybody had you up on their shoulders. I mean, it was almost like you had won a major or something.
Well, Ernie said before, he said this is bigger than any major you're going to play this year. So the reaction was, I think, bigger than any of that. I said no one really expects it just because it's kind of a shot in the dark, but pretty cool.
What a fun interview for Mark Rolfing to get to do, and what a way to kick off our show. Lisa Cornwell, Tripp Eisenhower, Tim Rosafort. Great to have you with us as always on Golf Central. Rosie, this is a really cool story. You have some more details that kind of even makes it better.
Ricky was on his way home. He had already changed out of his golf shoes. He had a pair of sneakers on, didn't have a glove, got up on a tee, didn't have any clubs either, borrowed a pitching wedge from Luke Donald, got a golf ball from Thomas Aiken, no practice swings, and one hops it in a hole from 111 yards. For a great cause, obviously, Els for Autism, $1 million. Just a monumental shot for that in that organization and for that organization and all the things they do for autism.
It is incredible, and when you look at it and think about everything that you posted on Instagram and Twitter and social media, this thing's absolutely exploded. And look, he's had a lot of cool moments in his life, and he says right there that this is one of the coolest, not just because of all the people there, but hey, $1 million for charity. How can you top that?
Well, I went to the dinner the night before on Sunday at the Els Center for Autism, and they're about halfway there. They've got a lower school build trip. They got an unbelievable golf practice facility in back, but their plans to build an upper school, a pool, a gymnasium, a track, all these phenomenal things. Just yesterday, 10,000 people walked in downtown West Palm Beach for autism. So you see how this situation is growing and what the Els Foundation is doing, and this is the impetus they need. This is a down payment, not only the $1 million, but another $800,000 that they raised to go ahead with the second phase of the project.
Yeah, amazing stuff. And if you ever question the philanthropy of the PGA Tour players, I mean, this Ernie Els and what he's done with that foundation, fantastic work. And he's not alone, by the way, with the PGA Tour players being charitable.
No, it's great, and they all support each other, which we all love to see. While Ricky Fowler was headlining today's highlight reel Sunday at Doral, that honor belonged to Australia's Adam Scott. Let's take a look at exactly how all this unfolded. After double bogeys on 3 and 5 trip, here he is at the par 5 10th.
Well, this is a story in resiliency. Never give up. 296 yards away, the best swing in the game, at least the last couple of weeks, no question about it. That's going to cuddle up to 17 feet away. He wouldn't make it, but he didn't need to. 2-putt for birdie.
Got him to 9 under at that point. Let's go ahead now to the par 4 11th, his little approach.
Oh, I love that golf swing. I can watch it. It's so technically sound. Put some new irons or new shafts in the bag at Riviera, and I think those shafts are getting the job done with that swing. And Adam Scott, well, he would shoot 69 in the final round.
And get back-to-back wins on the PGA Tour. Let's hear from Adam Scott about his round in his own words.
Well, I hit a good shot on 5. Too good, I guess. I just, I don't know how far over the green it flew. It didn't matter. It goes in the water. But I hit a good shot, and I just got it wrong. It's just a mistake. Unfortunately, it cost me 2 there. And then on 12, it was the same direction, the same yardage, and I end up hitting a club more than I did on 5. Sometimes things just don't add up in this case, it seems. I was so embarrassed to do that playing with Phil Mickelson. It's just... I mean, he'd be lipping it out or holing it, and I'm shanking it nearly into the next bunker. It shocked me a bit. I just tried to be too fancy and probably showing off in front of Phil a little bit. I wish I could tell you I had a bad lie or it was a really hard shot. It wasn't any of it. It was just a complete error. On 18, I hit the shot really solid. I hit it right where I aimed it. I had to aim left, and the wind just wasn't really moving it. Maybe it was too low, but I hit it really solid. I wasn't surprised it carried, but I was surprised it stayed up in the hazard, and thank goodness for that. And when you win after something like that, that's winner's luck. Yeah, it's just bizarre because I hit some horrible shots today, and I think you have this picture in your mind that you've got to play so beautifully to win all the time, and especially at a golf course like this, in windy conditions like this, it can't be that pretty.
Adam Scott is just the second player since 1990 to win in consecutive weeks on the Florida swing. Tiger Woods is the other. You see him there. He followed up a win in the Arnold Palmer Invitational with a win in the Players' Championship in 2001. Here's an interesting note to keep in mind. Woods went on to win the Masters a few weeks later that year. So we can start talking about a lot of favorites at Augusta National, but that's putting the cart before the horse because we want to focus just on how he performed, that being Adam Scott at Doral. Look, his proximity, the whole numbers had to be off the charts, but we saw him make several key putts down the stretch.
I mean, this is the thing. We had these question marks about Adam and how he was going to respond to the anchor ban in January, and what was he going to do? People were talking, is he going to move it off his chest like Bernard Langer has been doing? Is he going to, how's he going to respond? Because historically, in 2004, he was the best putter on the PGA Tour with the short putter. You know what? He doesn't need to be just better than average. When you strike the ball the way he does, if you putt just a little bit better than average, well, you're going to come out on top. I mean, the last 2 weeks, if you look at his strokes gained putting, he was 23rd at strokes at Honda, 17th at Doral. That's good enough when you're striking it like Adam Scott.
Well, resiliency applies not only as it relates to yesterday with the 2 doubles and the shank, but it really applies to his career, the latter stages of his career anyway. You think back to 09, how much of a slump he was in. I remember seeing him during the FedEx Cup playoffs, talking to Ernie after a horrible round at the Barclays and using Ernie as a sounding board throughout the entire process. Ironic that it came down to him and Ernie at Royal Lytham for the Open Championship, and somewhat telling that last night, after winning down at Doral, he drove up and spent the night at Ernie's house, just the 2 of them together. And can you imagine what that conversation was like after what Adam's been through, not only lately, but over the course of the last couple of years, and certainly Ernie being there to big brother him.
And you know, another guy, too, is Greg Norman. Remember, he said Greg Norman picking him for that President's Cup in 2009, 2010, that gave him a lot of confidence that he had what it took to eventually become a major champion.
Well, Sunday was exciting for a lot of reasons, but Adam Scott was not the man to watch going in. That title belonged to Rory McIlroy. He had a 3-shot lead entering Sunday. Typically, he closes these things out. Now, at this point, he has a 4-shot lead trip of the par 4-7.
Yeah, 165 yards, 4 shots, wind out of the right. That's just a green light special for Rory McIlroy. Unforced error there into a bunker, difficult lie, and he would make a bogey.
This seems to be a good setup for him here at the par 5/8 with an iron in his hand, 212 out.
And this is one you can relate to, Lisa. Remember last year he let one kind of slip out of his hands here on this hole. But no, he held on to this club and he over-released the shot just a little bit. That would go into the water on the par 5. And, well, Rory McIlroy would shoot 74.
It's hard to believe a PGA Tour player would need his clubs re-grip because it definitely slipped out. That was not forced. For the 3rd time in his career, in his PGA Tour career, Rory McIlroy unsuccessful in converting a 54-hole lead. The other times it happened, and without question the most disappointing, you see it there, the 2011 Masters when he entered Sunday with a 4-shot cushion and closed with an 8 over par 80. 2014 Honda Classic was the other blown lead. He began the final round 2 shots ahead Surprise trip to see Rory struggle the last few weeks on Sundays?
Well, a little bit, I am, because I thought Rory McIlroy was going to go out and close this deal. He said on Saturday, it's not my nature to go out and protect. I'm going to go out and be aggressive, and he was aggressive, and that's fine with Rory McIlroy. But if you remember a couple of years ago, just a few short years ago, Tim, we were talking about his Friday blues and how they materialized. Well, he turned that around at the Open Championship with the Friday 66, went on to win, of course, that major, and then went on to win the PGA. Now, is this a final round slump for Rory McIlroy? No, I don't think so yet. Look, he struggled at Northern Trust. On those greens, everybody can struggle. They can make even the best of putters look very foolish. See Jordan Spieth there at Northern Trust. But Rory McIlroy, the ball striking's in line. Everything is starting to trend the right way. It's trending the right way to defend his title at the match play in a couple of weeks. And Rory McIlroy, the story is going to be all about him when he drives down Magnolia Lane until he eventually slips on that green jacket.
I don't think he's too worried. At the same time, he's going away thinking about it. This is sort of uncharacteristic as it relates to Rory. With the 3 times before this, the only times he'd blown a third-round lead, with that lead that he blew after the eagle at the first hole at Riviera. He's known as a closer. I'm surprised that he let this one get away and give the other guys an opportunity. But sometimes like this, it's motivation going into a major. He's got, what, two stroke play tournaments left and a match play tournament. Time to work it out and get a W, because that's his goal, to get a win before he gets to Augusta.
All right. Despite a disappointing finish, McIlroy's overall performance in the WGC Cadillac Championship was good enough to move him up from third to second in the newly released official World Golf Ranking. Trading places with Jason Day, Watson and Fowler remain in the same position as last week, while Adam Scott climbs 3 spots to number 6. The next World Golf Championship event takes place later this month, and just like last year, the WGC Dell Match Play will be played on a new course with a slight twist to the rules. In 2015, officials added a round-robin format to guarantee that all 64 players would compete in the first 3 rounds, but they didn't allow for half points, so several players had no shot at advancing despite the round-robin addition. This year at Austin Country Club, half points will be awarded for ties in the first 3 rounds. Much more still to get to on tonight's show. Jordan Spieth is the defending champ this week at Valspar. We discuss how and why this victory set up a huge year for the Texan. Plus, as the summer games get closer and closer, a trial run is taking place in Rio. Details ahead on Golf Central.
Golf Central is brought to you by Titleist, the #1 ball at the WGC Cadillac Championship. Titleist, the #1 ball in golf. Shipsticks, the largest golf bag shipping company in the world, simplifying the way you travel.